In the adrenaline-fueled world of WWE, where every move is a carefully choreographed spectacle, there exists a list of maneuvers that have been deemed too dangerous or controversial to be sanctioned within the ring. These banned WE moves not only added an extra layer of intensity to matches, but also sparked debates among fans and critics alike. In this exploration, we delve into the forbidden realm of WWE moves, unveiling the real reasons behind their prohibition and the impact they left on the world of combat sports. Join us as we uncover the stories behind the bans and the moments that forever altered the landscape of professional wrestling. The shooting star press is often considered one of the most spectacular finishers in the world of wrestling. However, there was a period when WWE banned the move due to its inherent risks, particularly after a couple of significant incidents. One notable occurrence took place at WrestleMania 18, where Brock Lesnar, after already wrestling for 20 minutes and being physically exhausted, attempted the shooting star press and nearly had a catastrophic accident. The gravity of the situation was evident as the move was botched, making it somewhat understandable given Lesnar's fatigue. Another incident that led to the ban occurred about a year later, when former cruiserweight champion Billy Kidman accidentally knocked out Chavo Guerrero while executing the shooting star press. WWE, deeming the move too risky, decided to enforce a ban on the shooting star press for several years, similar to the fate of the 450 splash, which was also banned around the same time due to safety concerns. This decision was reinforced by an unfortunate incident during a match where Juventud Guerrero accidentally landed on Paul London's face, resulting in multiple fractures. It wasn't until the arrival of wrestlers like Evan Bourne and Justin Gabriel that the ban on the shooting star press and 450 splash was lifted. Their proficiency in executing these high-risk moves helped change the perception, proving that with the right skill and precision, these maneuvers could be reintegrated into the wrestling repertoire. If Punk makes a comeback to WWE, he might face a challenge in using the GTS, Go to Sleep, as it's currently banned. Interestingly, both Punk and the original creator of the move are connected to its prohibition. The Japanese wrestling legend Kenta, who invented the GTS, underwent changes upon joining WWE, adopting the name Hideo Itami. Initially restricted from using the GTS due to concerns about reminding fans of CM Punk, WWE eventually allowed Itami to use the move. Unfortunately, his use of the GTS was short-lived. In a match against Brian Kendrick, Itami accidentally broke Kendrick's nose with the GTS, leading to the move being banned once again. WWE implemented bans on certain wrestling moves for various reasons, and one of those moves was Randy Orton's punt kick. Despite being one of Orton's most iconic maneuvers, its banning was primarily due to the move's potential danger. Orton himself has acknowledged that the punt kick sometimes resulted in unintended and forceful contact with opponents' skulls, notably causing a concussion to Vince McMahon during a performance. The incident with McMahon marked a turning point, leading to the decision to ban the punt kick in 2012, with the primary concern being the safety of Randy Orton's opponents. However, during the pandemic in 2020, the Viper reintroduced the move, taking advantage of the absence of live fans in attendance. This allowed Orton to execute the punt kick safely, while maintaining its convincing and impactful appearance in the absence of a live audience. One particular wrestling move that became synonymous with a specific wrestler is the muscle buster used by Samoa Joe throughout his wrestling career. However, when Joe transitioned to WWE, the fate of this signature move took a drastic turn. In his third match with the company against Tyson Kidd, Joe executed the muscle buster as usual, but Kidd didn't get back up. The aftermath revealed that Kidd had suffered a severe spinal cord injury, a situation made even more alarming by the fact that only 5% of people survived such injuries. Consequently, the muscle buster was banned, prompting Joe to adopt the coquina clutch as his new finishing move. While different, this marked the end of seeing the muscle buster in WWE matches. Seth Rollins encountered a situation with his finisher, the curb stomp, in WWE. Initially, his first finisher, the Skywalker, didn't gain much popularity. However, the curb stomp became a hit. Interestingly, despite its success, WWE decided to ban the move after Seth became the WWE champion. The pivotal moment came at WrestleMania 31 when Seth cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and clinched the WWE championship. Following this triumph, During an appearance on the Today Show the next day, footage of the curb stomp was featured. Concerns arose when Vince McMahon, the head of WWE, worried about the potential for children to imitate the move because Rollins was the reigning WWE champion. Consequently, the curb stomp was prohibited and remained so for 3 years. In 2018, there was a turning point when Seth Rollins had a discussion with Vince McMahon. McMahon eventually granted permission for the move to be reintroduced, albeit with a slight alteration. It was now simply referred to as the Stomp. The decision to ban Michelle McCool's finisher, the Wings of Love, in WWE was rather peculiar. Contrary to typical reasons like causing injuries or being too risky, the ban was imposed because the move appeared too powerful for a female wrestler. It's ironic that the replacement, the Facebreaker, which is akin to AJ Styles' Clash and known for its danger, was considered an acceptable alternative. Despite the ban on the Wings of Love, Michelle McCool's transition to the Facebreaker didn't result in injuries, making it an unusual instance where a supposedly safer move was replaced by a more perilous one. The Vertebreaker, a less renowned but impressive finishing move, gained prominence through Shane Helms, also known as the Hurricane, during his time in WCW and WWE. Unfortunately, Helms's use of the Vertebreaker in WWE was short-lived. Despite never causing harm with the move, WWE decided to prohibit its use, deeming it too hazardous. The Vertebreaker demands flawless execution to ensure safety, as any slight mistake could lead the recipient to land dangerously on their head or neck. Consequently, WWE banned the move and it remains off-limits in the wrestling organization to this day. The piledriver, a classic wrestling move, was once a prominent feature in the wrestling world but faced a ban in WWE in 2000. This prohibition came a few years after the notorious incident where Owen Hart accidentally broke Stone Cold Steve Austin's neck during the execution of the move. Following the incident, Austin experienced a temporary loss of sensation from the neck down and feared he might never walk again. Fortunately, Stone Cold did recover and made a return to the ring, but the mishap with the piledriver significantly curtailed his wrestling career. The ban on the piledriver has remained in place since then, with a few exceptions. Notably, Kane and The Undertaker continue to use their own variations such as the Tombstone piledriver. Steel chairs are still employed as weapons in WWE, but the days of hitting opponents in the head with them are long gone. Despite the chairs being real and capable of causing significant damage, the true extent of the harm became apparent years later as wrestlers developed chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE. It's noteworthy that WWE didn't implement a ban on chair shots to the head until 2010. If you watch matches from the early PG era, you can witness wrestlers delivering headshots with chairs. Speculation arises that the reason behind the eventual ban might be linked to Linda McMahon, Vince McMahon's wife. In September 2009, Linda McMahon announced her candidacy for the U.S. Senate, and her association with WWE became a focal point of criticism during her campaign. While WWE would not openly admit it, the ban on chair shots to the head appears to align with an effort to present their product as safer and less violent. This move was likely aimed at improving not only their public image, but also potentially supporting Linda McMahon's political aspirations. Despite the danger posed by steel chairs, it's worth noting that they are not the most perilous weapons used in WWE. John Cena played a role in the banning of a wrestler's finisher, specifically the Burning Hammer. Although the move itself is challenging to execute safely due to the difficulty in controlling the opponent's body, it wasn't the reason for its prohibition. In the early 2000s, Tyler Ricks adopted the Burning Hammer as his finishing move, prompting John Cena's disapproval. Cena argued that it resembled his own finisher, the Attitude Adjustment, leading to a confrontation with Tyler Rex. As a result, Rex was compelled to change his finishing move. Interestingly, in recent years, the Burning Hammer has seen increased usage in WWE, coinciding with John Cena's reduced appearances in the wrestling scene. As is often observed, WWE tends to prohibit certain moves following unfortunate incidents, and this was the case with the Brain Buster. The move, named rather ominously, involves a wrestler forcefully slamming their opponent's head onto the ring mat. The challenge lies in striking the delicate balance between making the move appear authentic and ensuring the safety of the wrestlers involved. WE made the decision to ban the Brain Buster after a mishap at Super Showdown in 2019 during a match between Goldberg and The Undertaker. In attempting his signature jackhammer, Goldberg lost control, resulting in an unintentional and messy Brain Buster. The near miss had the potential to cause severe injury to The Undertaker, prompting WWE to prioritize caution and subsequently prohibit the use of the brainbuster. This incident and the associated risks were significant enough for WWE to take decisive action, leading to the ongoing ban on the brainbuster. Seth Rollins found himself in a situation where another one of his moves got banned, although this time it wasn't entirely his fault. The buckle bomb, introduced around the same time as his curb stomp, faced scrutiny for being genuinely dangerous. The first notable incident occurred during Seth's match against Sting in 2015, where a buckle bomb resulted in Sting injuring his neck. Sting, however, attributed it to a freak accident, which might explain why the move wasn't immediately banned. Approximately a year later, another unfortunate incident took place during SummerSlam 2016. Rollins faced Finn Balor in a match to determine the inaugural Universal Champion. Seth executed a buckle bomb on Balor, propelling him into the crowd barricade and causing a dislocated shoulder. Despite Finn winning the match, the injury sidelined him for an extended period. Surprisingly, the buckle bomb persisted without being banned until an incident involving a different wrestler. In 2020, Nia Jax faced Kairi Sane on Raw, and a move resembling the buckle bomb resulted in Sane injuring her head. This prompted WWE to finally ban the controversial move. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. Stay tuned so you never miss out on any future content. Appreciate you watching, and we look forward to having you with us in the next one.